Okay, so starting from the parallel posture with the feet shoulder width apart and the toes pointing straight ahead, we move into the number 1 exercise. So the base is the same structure as for the preparation exercise, except for the feet position. So the knees need to be slightly bent, we would say 90% straight, and the hips slightly seated. So to begin with, we'll just do the base movement, sinking the feet, bending the knees and sitting the hips to move down into the loaded up position, and then pushing down into the ground with the feet to release and send the body up. Sinking the feet, bending the knees and sitting in the hips, pushing down into the ground with both feet to send the body up. To begin with, you might like to just feel for this sitting in the hips, so that when you're moving down, as you sit in the hips, you maintain a sense of uprightness in your body, and as you push up, you keep that feeling of uprightness by keeping the same feeling in the hips, not pushing out from the hip joints. So sinking the feet, bending the knees, sitting the hips, and pushing out with both feet to send the body up. So now we'll include the rotation into the movement. So as we're going down, we're turning from the hips and waist. So you might like to put the hands on the hips or in the hip joints around the waist to feel that that's where you're turning from. So as you're doing the downward movement, you rotate from the waist, and as you're turning towards the right, you'll feel the weight moving towards your left leg, because your left knee will continue its structure towards the left toes. So as I'm going down, I'm rotating the waist, I'm feeling the weight shifting towards my left leg, through the left leg. By the time I've finished turning towards the right corner, I feel substantially more weight on the left than on the right leg. In this position, I need to make sure that I'm softening my right hip joint and letting go of my right knee. If I brace on the right side, my body will lean. So this leg, the left leg, is substantial, is taking the body weight. The insubstantial leg just continues to let go. And then we feel the weight shift back to both feet by pushing down with the substantial foot, the left leg in this instance, body rising up and squaring back to the original position. And then we do the same thing on the other side, this time turning towards the towards the left, and I feel the weight shift towards my right leg, down from the base, rotating my waist. I feel the weight shifting because the right knee continues its structure towards right toes. I'm letting go of my left leg, and now I push down with my right foot, and I unwind the body to send it back up. So we have a spiraling movement, a downward corkscrew or spiraling movement through the substantial leg, which then gets released as we push into the ground with a substantial foot. Feet relax, knee joints bending, hip joints seating, waist turning, whole body moving together, and then releasing from the substantial foot to send the body back up. So just another few times, just with your base movement. As you're doing the base movement, you can just feel your body, and if you notice yourself holding on in the belly or chest, back muscles, shoulders, just see if you can let go and allow those to settle. Down and rotate, up and square, downward and rotating, upward and squaring. Okay, good. So now we'll bring in the arms. So as you've heard me say many times, the base moves the body moves the arms. We say that moving the arms is not Tai Chi, so it means that it has to come from the base, and the base needs to connect down into the ground. So the image that we use is being like a tree. The tree grows roots down into the earth, draws the nutrients up through the trunk and expresses those nutrients through to the branches and leaves. So we do the same with the base, the body and the arms. So we'll go nice and slowly. Try to have the arms as relaxed as you can and the shoulders seated in their joints. So just allow your arms to be quite loose and floppy, down beside the legs. So relaxing from the base, feet sinking, bending the knees, sitting the hips. And at the moment that you start to release, try to feel the movement in the arms happening at the same time so that we can coordinate the movement. So into the ground with the feet, body is rising, arms opening. And when the base finishes, the body finishes and the arms finish. Now as soon as we let go from the base, we want to allow the arms to come down beside the legs. So as I'm rotating into my left leg and shifting towards my right, I allow my arms to come down. They come all the way down beside the thighs. And then when I continue the rotation, they bend at the elbow. Front hand, in this case the left hand in front of the chest, back hand by the coccyx. And then as I unwind the spiral from the left leg, the arms swing back down and back out to the sides. So try to keep your arms nice and long throughout the movement. Let them come all the way down before bending at the elbow. And again, let them come all the way down before coming out to the side. So this avoids any tucking of the arms, which involves tensing the shoulders. By doing the movement in this way, we actually allow the movement of the arms to loosen the shoulder joints, rather than controlling the arms from the shoulders. So at your own pace, do the number 1 exercise. Try to feel the change in your body's central axis as you relax down and turn, and feel how your central axis, as it rises, comes back between the feet. And again, as you're doing the movement, if you can bring a little bit of attention into your chest, belly and back muscles, shoulders, just notice if you're holding on in any way. Sometimes when we're unconscious of the movement, we find that we're actually holding on, perhaps through concentration, and when we notice that, we can simply relax. So for the more experienced students, I want you to pay particular attention to your torso and try to feel how the body is actually drawing the arms on the downward movement and opening the arms on the upward movement. So look for a feeling of letting go from the chest as you sink the shoulders, drop the elbows and sit the wrists. And then try to connect your arms with your central axis so that as you release and turn, the arms open back out to each side. So whatever stage you're at in your practice, try to be as present as you can with the movement. Put your attention into the movement. Try to feel the movement. You'll hear me describe the Tai Chi principles. The way that you learn and understand the Tai Chi principles is by feeling them in your own experience. So allow your body to teach you the Tai Chi practice, simply by feeling and paying attention to the movement, putting the Tai Chi principles into the movement. then when you've done as much practice as you want to do, the next time that you square up, simply let go from the base, sink the feet, bend the knees, sit the hips, relax the shoulders, drop the elbows, let the hands come down. And we're in the position ready to do the number 2 exercise.